First time getting in there, and I can tell you one thing: it is nice, and you definitely can't see in it, but you can definitely see out of it. So, so far, you know, kudos to Primos for coming up with a phenomenal blind. I can't complain about it at all. They are heavy. If you're toting it in a long ways, they're heavier than some of the other blinds. But I think they're also more heavy-duty material than a lot of the other blinds. The windows are awesome. They're not Velcro, they're not magnetic, they're not zippers. Well, they have zippers on the corners, but the actual main window works on a little slide system, which I'll show you here in a second. So it's super quiet, and as you can see, I mean, the whole front of this blind opens completely up. And that makes, especially two people in there videoing, bow hunting, whatever, it's nice not to have the individual windows. It's nice to have the one solid window for videoing, especially when you're panning and stuff like that. You don't have to worry as much about losing your shot. That's enough of me talking. Let's get into some of the up close and personal, give you some good shots of the blind, kind of see what you got going on, and then we'll jump inside and give you a view of the inside. So let's go do that right. These back windows here, they just have a little clip on the end of them. They just flop right down, which is great for quick shots. Deer coming around the back of the blind, drop the window down, either stick the camera through or take you a shot. It's really nice for that. Other than that, I don't really use these. I always try to leave these up. But I did before have to have some of these open. The good thing about it is now with this material design here, where you can't see from the outside but you can see from the inside, you won't have to worry about these. Just leave these shut, unless you actually have to take a shot, which is nice. The only downside that I've seen two downsides that I've seen to this blind so far. I had originally said that I like this door better, but I'm starting to think that I don't, because the zipper is really loud. I'm hoping that once the material kind of stretches out, raise it up and down a few times, open it up a few times, I'm hoping the material will stretch out just a little bit and it'll get quieter, which it probably will. The second downside is when I was looking from the outside in, this material here lets in a lot of light, which is great for a bow hunter as far as not running out of camera light, not running out of light to light your pins. But if the sun's at your back like it is today for me, which is the way I like to hunt, with the sun at my back, this back side is bright. And if you're moving around in here, I don't know if they'll be able to see you or if it'll be worse than having the black background like a normal ground blind, that's still to be determined. But I think the pros of this blind versus a regular blind that you can't see through the sides are great. I feel like this blind may be a little bit lighter than my double wide. I'm not sure what the specs and stuff are as far as how they compare in size and all that stuff, but it seems to be made well. They definitely upgraded the little hubs on the side of the blind here. 8 places here where you can run your stake, where you can run stakes down, and you also have little ties, little pieces of webbing on each hub that you can actually stake those out almost like a tent, running your tent guy lines out. If you're going to be in a lot of wind, for you guys that hunt out in the Midwest, you know, whatever it is, you can stake that down. The top is made out of the non-see-through material right there. So I'm sure as far as being good in the weather and stuff like that, I'm sure it'll be fine for rain. I was going to show you the kind of like the way the space that I've got in here. So I'm kind of set up in this chair like I would be if I was going to be bow hunting out of this blind. I may be slid just a little farther over this way if I had another person in here. But right now, old Robbie's in here with me, little guard dog, laying in the floor, and you can see there's plenty of room in here for another person, camera guy, whatever you got. Plenty of room. I got the bow on this side with plenty of room for me over here. I could definitely slide farther over. Then you got him at my feet. You got that whole side over there wide open. So just to show you right here, it's nice to have these blinds like this that are, the windows are on kind of catty corner, where you have this whole open space in the front. And the reason it's nice as far as for bow hunting, let's just do like we're really going to be shooting at a deer. Put an arrow in and go ahead and back up just a little bit, but I could do it just like this. I'm just barely bumping the wall. And the cool thing about the way this is designed, right here I've got probably 1.5 feet to the edge of the blind. And if I was in a normal blind with the 4-sided windows and not this big window going all the way across, I would be in a corner. And usually the windows don't cover that whole corner. This one does. It covers the whole 270 degrees or 180 degrees, whatever it is, this big window goes across, which is really, really nice. And let me put this back up. Leave this in the corner. It's a great blind. Really enjoyed opening it up for the first time and kind of seeing what it has to offer. Basically the double wide with see-through sides. That's the best way I can describe it. It's exactly like the double wide with see-through sides. So for any of y'all that has the double wide or has had it, this is the exact same blind. You can just see through it, except for a few upgrades. The little hubs on the sides and the top have changed. They're upgraded, so it should fix the issue with the little ball joints popping out on the sides, which is what I had happen to mine. Door has changed. It's not the same door as the double wide, but I think once the door kind of loosens up, the zipper will probably get a little quieter, a little easier to use. That was my only issue with the blind, was just the zipper being really loud on the door. But you know, zippers are zippers. So overall, I think it's going to be worth your money if you decide to buy this blind. I think you'll be happy with it. So let's get this thing put up and get back inside before this rain hits. We'll see you later.